going on here. We are live at Pride, Twin City Pride. We are so excited to be here. I'm Lori Fitz, your host, and Connections Radio Show celebrates all the ways that we are connected to ourselves, our community, and the world around us. And what better time to celebrate community than at Pride? We're talking great Pride here. And if you don't know, our station has 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, the Gaily Show, a wonderful show. And then on Saturdays, we've got Pride programming. We've got the Downright Upright Show and the Illegal Trans Woman. So all of those are featured here on AM 950. We are a proud supporter of Pride. We've been a Pride supporter for 18 years. And today we're looking at connections. And our connections sometimes are not always pleasant. Sometimes they're about trauma. And sometimes we have to look at what ways are we dealing with trauma. And today I have one of my longtime friends and guests and partner in crime and in good stuff. We have Tom Glazer. I want you to all welcome Tom to our show. He is a friend of Connections Radio Show. Tom is a therapist, a speaker, an author. Actually, he's a top author. Tell me about that, Tom.
Best-selling author.
Best-selling author.
Twice, two different books.
Twice. And we want to welcome you here, Tom.
Thank you. I was just thinking, Pride is about connections as well. It's so appropriate. And just standing here, watching the incredible diversity of our communities.
Don't you love it?
Walk by. It's so inspiring. The energy in the park.
What I love
Nothing
about
like it.
what you've been doing is pursuing full heart living.
Yeah.
And you've been pursuing that concept of full heart living for a long time.
That's right.
It's been your go-to, your vision.
That's right.
I'd love to have you tell me more about how that full heart living got started.
Yeah, from my first book, which ended up being called Full Heart Living, Conversations with the Happiest People I Know. It didn't start out with that title, but I realized as I interviewed happier people and researched happiness, happier people live in a certain way. It's really about how they live. And it's from the heart. It all comes back to the heart. And it all comes back, Lori Beth, to connections.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So happier people are connected deeply to themselves, deeply to other people, and deeply to their passions. And you, of course, are the epitome of all these things right here.
Well, I know that you learned some things along the way when you were writing that, where you discovered it really was about happiness. Did you have some aha moments when you were writing that book that you went?
Well, yeah. I thought I would devote a chapter per subject. But like I said, I realized really quickly when I was going through, what are these people saying? They're saying the same things. So it didn't make any sense. So the book ended up being organized by topic, like being connected to yourself, like meditation, being fully in the present moment, like making the most of your communities, your connections, having a tribe, having people who see you, who love you, and who you see and love back, and doing activities that get you in that flow state.
And I remember us talking about the resilience even back then.
Oh, yeah.
That happy people that practice these concepts of getting connected and sharing your passion have a resilience.
It's one of the chapters. Yes. And then that ended up being the topic of my second book.
Part of the reason I brought it up. And the name of your new book is The House That Resilience Built.
Yes. A psychologist's approach to healing childhood trauma.
Ah.
And resilience is that inborn, innate ability we all have to bounce back from adversity, from the hardest things in our lives. Again, we are in a crowd right now that knows a thing or two about adversity.
Absolutely.
And coming through hard things.
Well, we're all facing a certain amount of trauma right now because our world has changed. Our country's changed, and acceptance is not something that is celebrated. And how we move towards acceptance, I believe, can build others and can create a supported connection that allows people to be who they are and feel free to be who they are and not afraid to be who they are.
Yes, yes.
And the trauma that individuals have faced during this transition time, I'm calling it a transition, I'm not calling it this
I
administration,
like that.
because I'm looking for this to be over.
It's just a transition.
It's a
This is temporary.
Well, and every great thing that happens has a flow back that you then have.
Pendulum will swing. Yes.
And so the pendulum has swung really ugly
So far.
in
so
the wrong
ugly.
way. If we can support having the pendulum now go back the right way,
Yes.
I think there's amazing things ahead.
Yes.
But we do need to work through our trauma. And many people don't even know they have trauma.
That's the
They're
thing.
walking wounded.
That's the thing.
Tell me about folks that may be walking around and not even know they're wounded.
Well, we just get used to whatever our circumstances are. That this is a survival mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just adapt to them. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The downside of it can be we just we don't mean to, but we accept this is the way things are. We develop beliefs about ourselves, about other people, and about the world that may not be accurate,
Mm-hmm.
but we act as though they are. Because it goes so deep when it's childhood trauma, we're not even aware of it. It's automatic. It's unconscious.
Yeah. I remember studying psychology where, and I hate this example in some ways because it's terrible things that they used to do to dogs,
Yeah.
but they would take a dog and they would like do it a little electric shock on one side so it would jump on to the other side. Then they do a little quick shot on that side and go back to the other side. Well, eventually the dog just kept lying down because it made no difference whatever it did. It was still going to get a little shot.
Yeah.
And that learned helplessness,
Yes, exactly.
I think, is what we can walk around with when we have
Yes.
trauma, that we just
Yes.
learn that there's nothing we can do anyway.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is just wildlife is, and this is the world that we live in. But there are ways to make a
Absolutely.
difference. There are
And-
ways to step out of it.
Yeah. What I want to say is that it's through connections, Lori Beth.
Well, thank you.
It's through connections
Yeah.
that we wake up.
And tell
right?
me about that waking up.
Yeah.
What happens in that? I mean, when do you get that notion that like there's something different
Yeah.
and there's a possibility?
Yeah. Well, I remember for myself being
Mhm.
in college.
Mhm.
So I grew up in a very mixed household in terms of lots of really good stuff, lots of really hard stuff.
And not always getting supported for who you were.
Oh God! Well, that's one of they were pretty darn good.
Oh,
about
good.
That amazing,
Good.
amazing. My mom was a rageaholic
Oh.
though, and exploded
Oh.
unexpectedly. One day, the same infraction wouldn't get a response.
Uh-huh.
Other days, she would explode and yell and call us names. My siblings and I.
Was there something going on with her
Oh
on
gosh,
those rage
yes.
days?
This is the thing. This is the thing. Oh, there's so much for us to talk about. Okay.
Okay, good.
Right? Because we're already digressing, but let's go for it.
Yeah.
So, my mom was a trauma survivor herself.
Oh, so
Of
that's
course.
one of the
Of
outlets
course.
that can happen
Yeah,
when you're
Yes.
especially when you're stuffing that rage
yeah,
and you're
exactly.
stuffing that pain.
Yes, and
And
this
when
is
it comes out sideways.
I'm old, right?
Yeah.
This is a long time ago,
Yeah,
right?
but it's still there.
Well, yes, but I'm saying is there weren't she didn't have the resources
Right.
that I was blessed
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah.
She might have had some Valium eventually.
Yes.
And I know she did
Yeah.
take Valium. Thank God she did, because
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So yes, her trauma informed unconsciously how she parented, and then we paid the price.
Did she grow up with rage around her? And was that what she saw then is how you reacted to life?
That I do not know. I'm
Okay.
sure, yes. I can't say for absolutely sure, but I suspect so.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you knew she had difficulties and you knew she had. When did it came more apparent to you that you knew she had gone through trauma that allowed you then to look at it maybe differently?
So it took a while, not until
Yeah.
probably my late 20s did I really figure that out.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't even know that I was a trauma survivor
Yeah.
until about then.
And was the rage part of your trauma? That
Oh
your mother-
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was the heart.
two things.
Okay.
There's two things. And again, it's relevant. The second part is relevant
Oh,
to
good.
why
Yeah.
we're here.
Yeah.
So starting in the 7th grade, I was just even to use the word bullying is putting it incredibly mildly. It's like
You like the bright and shiny.
no, what I mean is, I do, but no, I was horribly verbally abused. I was never
Oh.
physically attacked, but I was threatened with physical
Oh.
attacks. I was called horrible names publicly, fag,
Oh.
throughout.
Very hurtful.
Yeah.
And it was meant to shame you
Exactly. And in the
and
household,
keep you the other instead of
Exactly.
the being connected.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And growing up in the house that I did, where my mom was a rageaholic,
Yep.
nobody stood up to her. Nobody said, you can't do that. I learned to do nothing. I didn't know until much later that I could have gone to a vice principal, for instance.
Yeah, and said this is
Yeah,
happening.
yeah. But I had no idea. I was just
Yeah.
completely ashamed. I did nothing. I tried to ignore it and pretend it wouldn't happen. So,
Did your mother ever come to grips with all of that with you?
sort of.
It's really good. I think that helps letting go.
Absolutely, it does. Yes. Once I realized how her rage impacted my own mood, my own relationships, how disconnected I became from myself and other people,
Uh-huh.
and became more connected with myself and other people. As part of my own healing, I wrote her a letter
Okay.
in which I outlined examples of what she did. I told her how it affected me
Mhm.
then, and you know, really to this day, because
Yeah,
to
it
some
never
degree we
goes
don't
away.
you
Yeah.
know totally get over these things,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And she did apologize,
Oh,
and
well,
yeah.
that must have taken a lot from someone who could be
Yes.
flipped into rage pretty quick.
Oh yes,
That she could have gone either way.
tremendous,
Yeah.
tremendous.
So was that part of your inspiration to be looking at writing, being able to deal with your own challenges and
Yes.
overcoming them, and you wanted to share that with others then?
Exactly. Yes, because meanwhile I've become a psychologist, and I'm helping all these people. And what's so fascinating about this is slowly over time I'm realizing, almost all of my clients are trauma survivors.
That must have been kind of an aha moment that you start talking with individuals and helping them sort, and it seems disproportionate that
Mhm.
there's trauma there.
Mhm.
Do you think that all therapists are dealing with folks that have trauma, or okay, so that really
Yes.
is the heart of most people's mental health challenge?
Many, most. I think most. Yes, definitely. Like addictions, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
At the core of it is unresolved, or I like to call it untended trauma. Yes.
Well, in our next segment, I want to go a little deeper with the LGBTQ community
Great.
and the challenges that is faced in these communities. You've experienced it. You've come through. You were called. You were compelled
Yes.
to do this, and it's consumed a lot of your attention and your
Yes.
time and your heart
Yes.
in your full heart living. I know that we're going to have to go to break in just a minute or so. But before you go, before we go into break, can you share the name of the book again and how you can get it?
My new book is The House That Resilience Built, a psychologist's approach to healing childhood trauma. It's available at Itasca, which, by the way, is a local small business, and on Amazon. Also, actually, at Yoga Center Retreat.
And then I also want you to share that you not only are a therapist, but you're a speaker.
Mhm.
You also do workshops.
Mhm.
How do people find out about those?
Tom Glazer LP, like licensedpsychologist.com.
Wonderful. Do you have anything coming up that you want to have folks know about as well?
Oh gosh, I'm here on the radio right now.
Yes,
I've got a TV appearance coming up. I've got my speaking gigs are a ways out, so there's
Okay.
nothing right around the corner here.
But if they go to that website,
Yeah.
they'll be able to.
Yes.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Well, you're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, and you're listening to Connections Radio Show. I want to give a shout out to the folks that are going to be here. We've got some radio, live radio here. We've got right after me, we've got the Native Roots. After that, we've got the Gailey Show. After that, the Illegal Trans Woman, and then Food Freedom. And I also have a thing that I want to do to thank our sponsors. Planned Parenthood believes everyone deserves health care that respects their identity, offering everything from gender-affirming care to telehealth across 10 Minnesota locations. The online at ppncs.org. We also want you to know that we celebrate Pride Month as a proud AM 950 sponsor, and we've been doing that for 18 years. We are the longest media sponsor for AM 950 at our Pride. We want to say big thank you to all who are here. This is live radio, and we're going to be right back after a few short announcements, and we'll be talking more to my friend Tom Glazer, who's a therapist, and he wrote The House That Resilience Built.
The place for live music is the Park Tavern. Live music takes over the Park Tavern's dog-friendly patio. Head over on Tuesday, June 30th. It's Sam Cosito. Wednesday, July 1st, it's Carl Davis. And on Thursday, July 2nd, it's Tom Hunter. Music runs from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and reservations for groups of 8 or more are recommended. And the Park Tavern offers private and semi-private spaces for small and large groups with no room fees and no minimum spending requirements. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, outdoor live music is on at the Park Tavern.
This Pride Month, discover all the ways your public library celebrates and supports LGBTQ+ communities. Visit MELSA at booth 212 during the Twin Cities Pride Festival, June 27th and 28th in Loring Park. Share your favorite LGBTQ+ reads, browse recommendations from fellow attendees, pick up free buttons and bookmarks, and connect with local librarians. Explore the Metro Pride book list featuring books for all ages and identities. Find your next great read and learn more at melsa.org/pride-booklist.
Programming is supported in part by Health Partners. If you're age 65 plus and qualify for medical assistance, you may also qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. This all-in-one plan bundles Medicare, medical assistance, prescription drug coverage, and dental coverage into one simple $0 premium plan that also includes $0 medical copays. In addition to saving money, you can get lots of extra benefits and perks, like a dedicated care coordinator, up to $400 each year in rewards for preventative screenings, transportation, a fitness club membership, and more. This can help you live safely and healthy and independently. If you're a senior on a budget, transportation assistance can be huge. Plus, who couldn't use an extra $400 these days? Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
Hi, this is Frank Brown of Minuteman Press Uptown with a question for our listeners. How important are business values to you? When you need high-quality digital print, it matters who you work with. You see, Minuteman Uptown is unique. We're one of the only union print shops in Minnesota, providing our team with living wages and benefits. We believe in second chances for justice-impacted individuals who want to contribute to the community, and we are active in local issues. We've been in the streets standing up for racial, social, and economic justice. At Minuteman Uptown, our mission is to connect all communities through technology-driven print solutions. An example of that mission is when I moved Minuteman Uptown to North Minneapolis. We're invested in this local community, and we help small businesses and local organizations throughout the Twin Cities reach their audiences. Reach out to Minuteman Uptown and partner with a printer that shares your values. Call us today at 612-870-0777 or visit us at mpuptown.com. That's mpuptown.com.
Welcome back to Connections Radio Show, where we talk about ideas that matter. I'm Lori Fitz, live at Pride, Twin Cities Pride. Let's hear a big round of applause for Twin Cities Pride. Woo, woo, woo! Yes, we are having a wonderful time. I hope that you'll come down to Twin Cities Pride. We are in booth 104, 105. We're near the food booths, so come on down, get a snack, and come see us. And we're celebrating connections. Today, I have a wonderful guest who has been on my show several times and even shared the show with me for a while, Tom Glazer. Tom Glazer is an Amazon best-selling author 2 times. Mm-hmm. He also does consulting, and he has other books. It's TomGlazerLP.com, and he's on YouTube with Full Heart Living. I want to also do a big thank you to Planned Parenthood, Violet Wine and Spirits, Amy Ruzick, No Place Like Home at Remax Results, and MELSA, our proud sponsors. Tom, so wonderful to have you here.
Okay, so it's so fun to be with you again. This is like back at home.
Yes.
Because we did a lot of radio together back in the day. But to do it here.
You know, we talked about that about 15 years ago.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be fun to do it at Pride?
Yes.
It was taking a little while.
Finally, we're here. But
15 years later.
The spirit in the park, there's just nothing like it.
I love Pride. I love having folks be able to see us, have us wave and wave back, be able to see all the different communities represented. It really lifts your spirit.
Nothing like it. The diversity, the beautiful, incredible diversity of our
resilience.
communities. And the resilience, which we're going to talk about, I hope.
Yes, we will be talking about resilience. Also, I think our voice is important,
Mhm.
and how voices, being able to share our voice and support voices.
It's a huge part
Absolutely.
of resilience.
So you had a book come to you in your heart, in your full heart living, and not let you go and say, this is a book that needs to be written. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So before I even finished my first book, Full Heart Living, the idea for this one came. And then,
And there was a chapter on resilience.
yes, correct.
Yep.
Then what happened is I received an email from a childhood friend of mine, interestingly enough, who said, after reading my first book, I don't think a person can be happy until they deal with their trauma.
Isn't that amazing?
And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's so true.
Very powerful. And I think it applies to all of us, that true happiness can only come after we've got all the junk that's inside us figured out.
Yes,
Because
yes,
the junk keeps the happy away. It
yes.
just does.
That's right.
It doesn't allow us
Yeah.
to flow.
It
And I
acts
know
like
flow is,
the metaphor that's coming to mind is like a bushel, right? A
Yeah.
big wooden bushel that's
Yeah.
over us, blocking out all the light, and we can't see out and nobody can see in.
no, and it's scary in there.
Absolutely. And you're alone,
Yeah.
isolated.
Right. So how did you then, after hearing you need to do this?
Yeah.
Because to get to happy, I want to be happy, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you're a childhood friend. I'd like to be, but
Yes,
I'm dealing with a lot of stuff that
exactly.
makes it hard.
That's exactly right.
So how did you process that?
So, first of all, I started writing a little different book. I was going to structure the second book very much like my first book, and I got
And that's fun because your first book you changed in the middle. to do something
Exactly.
else. Yeah.
that's the thing, you don't know, the muse comes to you in,
Yeah.
in its own time and in its own way, and the project, like any creative project, the project tells you what it needs to be. We are not in control.
Yes.
I'm sure you've
Yeah,
experienced
the
this as a
guide, the
creative
guide.
person.
Yes. Yes.
We got to be humble, and we can't be
Yeah.
locked into our ideas of what our creative projects need to be.
I had left work that I had been doing for 20 years.
Yeah,
I was doing the radio on the side as something that I really loved.
yeah.
But I just felt the calling that I needed to be in Minnesota. And I left my DC work and came here. And there's something
You took a risk, Lori.
I
Beth.
did, but it didn't feel like a risk. It
Mhm.
felt like I couldn't say no.
Right. Okay. So same thing. This book kept.
Yes.
I didn't really want to write this book. I wanted to do some other things.
Yeah.
I say ghosted. It haunted me. It would not let me go. It wanted to come through, and it wanted to come through me. And so I said, okay. But so I started writing this other book. Got halfway through. My editor said, "This is good. If you want to keep going, I'll help you." She also said to me, and this is the same editor from my first book, so she knows me really well. She said, "Tom, you know more. You can bring
You're living something out.
you can bring more." She said, "You need to write about your work as a trauma therapist." And I was like, God darn it, I don't want to do that because that's harder.
Yeah.
And
And it
but I
digs
knew she was
deeper.
right.
It
It's
digs-
much deeper. So trauma, it's talking about trauma, writing about trauma, all that's very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Anybody who's written about their trauma knows
Mhm.
just putting it on paper alone
Mhm.
can be challenging. Then you try to write about how therapy helps.
Mhm.
It's just another whole thing. It's very difficult to describe how does therapy help. It's a very individual thing. So I really, really went deep for this book, and the core chapters are composite case studies
Okay.
of how clients reclaim their innate resilience through therapy, like key moments. What happens in the therapy room when they have light bulbs
aha.
going, the aha moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, knowing you as I do, I have to also believe it's the way you are with the patients too.
Exactly.
It's the being.
Yes.
You just be with them.
Exactly.
And when you be with
Yes.
them, they
Yes.
develop trust and comfort in being able to say the hard part out loud.
It's so the first piece is presencing. We
Yes.
make it into a verb.
Yep.
And it's very much about attunement,
Mm-hmm.
Lori Beth.
Yeah.
It's just about, as you're saying, showing up with my full heart, my
Yep.
full being in the room, present with them.
And I think that's what makes you different. I really do. You're not just listening and writing down notes.
No,
You're there.
no, I am listening incredibly deeply. But
You're,
I'm
I was going to say
bringing
you're radically present.
radically. That's a great way to put it. Oh,
Yes.
why didn't I have that phrase before? I
Sorry.
could have put it in the book.
There you go. But
Thank-
you
thank
are.
you.
You are radically present.
Thank
you
you.
you are moment to moment, and you
Thank
are in
you.
tune. And
Yes,
and
thank
people
you.
then feel the comfort and
Exactly.
when
Yes.
when we're dealing, and we talked earlier about how it feels, it's dark, it's scary.
Yes. Yes. And that.
It's like a little light comes through.
Yes.
And-
Exactly.
And then that
exactly.
light connects.
Yes. Yes. And that's connection,
Yes.
which is another big piece. And safety is a huge big piece. So yes, you're totally uncovering
Yeah.
the magic serum,
The heart.
the heart that I write about in this book, The House That Resilience Built. Oh, and can I tell you?
Yes.
Oh, here's the thing. How the
I love when you get excited. Yeah.
yeah. How the title came.
Please do. Please
So
do.
this is from an actual dream I had. This is actually my childhood home. I'm showing you.
Yeah.
A listester may
No,
not
no,
be
you
able to
can put it
see.
to the video. We've got video, and it's on YouTube and all those
Yeah.
things, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook.
So I had writer's block, and I invited a friend over to help me with my writer's block. I figured if I talked to
Sure.
a good friend,
Yeah.
I would get through my writer's block. The night before she came over, I had this wild dream of my childhood home that was like bombed out. There were holes in it, broken windows. The siding was falling off. The bricks were broken up.
It's like war trauma.
It's war. It's like war trauma, exactly. And there's this huge group of volunteers. These are my friends and helpers. They have ladders. They have hammers.
They're there for you.
They're coming back to rebuild my childhood home. Not only to rebuild it, Lori Beth, they're adding on a third level. So what does the third level represent? That's like the spiritual, the top. That's giving back.
Yeah.
It's all here
It's
in
also
my
the
dream.
higher learning.
Higher learning.
The ability to be able to be thoughtful as well as connected
Yes.
to your emotions.
Yes.
That's lovely.
So that's how the
It's
title.
also a
and the
really
book cover
pretty
came.
view.
It's what?
Third floor, pretty view.
Third floor, pretty view. Exactly. Yes, less obstructions.
Yes, you get,
Exactly. So again, that bushel.
yes.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
gets released.
That's the thing when we work through, or again, I like to use the word tend, and let's talk about
Oh,
that
I
for a
like that.
second. How do you tend your trauma? Because I
Oh.
think of it as like a garden. Okay.
Perfect.
Gardens, even the most low maintenance garden, needs some tending.
Yes.
Our trauma is kind of like that.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't, like we were saying before, it doesn't ever totally go away. It needs continual tending here and there. Maybe, later down the road, it's less weeding, less water. But at the beginning, when we're first tending our garden, it needs a lot of water. It needs a lot of attention.
What I love is I just bought a new hose for my garden
Yeah.
that I love.
Oh,
I really love. And I'm
you're geeking out about your hose,
No,
but I
no,
get it.
no,
I get it.
But because it to me is a metaphor for how you can geek out about taking care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And what can you have like that? When I have this, I can have a light spray or I can have a really heavy spray.
Yeah.
With that,
Depending on the needs.
exactly, and it clicks to where I want the plant to be nurtured.
Yeah.
So what do I need to click in
Oh,
to for being able to be nurtured?
yes.
And how can I water my own needs?
Yeah.
And I find that when I'm watering my plants, I do take care of myself more.
Oh my gosh, that is so true.
When I'm paying attention to if that plant looks a little
Mhm.
sickly and I'm making
Mhm.
sure that I pull out the leaves or I make sure it has a little bit more
Mhm.
water or maybe not it's had too much.
Mhm.
Am I doing that for myself? Am I drinking enough water?
Yes.
And I
Mhm.
tune into me. And I think everyone has something, whether it's a garden, whether it's an animal, whether it's a good friend that you want to just connect
Yes.
into.
Yes.
Those things can feed us.
Yes, and
And-
that's all part of resilience. All part of resilience. Yes. And this crowd here at Pride knows a thing or two about resilience. This is a very resilient community or communities.
That need to be celebrated.
And what I love, like when I came out, yes, need to be celebrated.
Yes.
I was so struck by the laughter, the joy of people who had come out before me.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I want that. I need that.
I love the wonderful outfits and the expression.
Oh,
And the
exactly.
playfulness and
Yes.
the great sense of humor and
Yes.
the great sense of
Permission to be who we are, which is the full heart. Bring our full heart and express it. Let it show. Let it flow. Yes.
so tell me about some more chapters.
Oh gosh. So I also include at the beginning, so that the reader knows my personal investment. I talk about my own trauma and resilience journey. Then there's the 7 core chapters, which are the client portrayals, composite clients. And then the last 3 chapters are things that I thought were out there. So I wasn't even going to write them and include them. But then I found out there wasn't enough of these there. So there's a chapter on how to find a good therapist. There's a chapter on how to respond if someone you love reveals to you they're a trauma survivor, because people often freak out and think they don't know what to do. And then there's a kind of a tongue-in-cheek chapter. I really love this chapter on what to expect if you come to see me for therapy. So like the stages you go through where at the beginning, you're going to think I'm brilliant. You're going to love me. Then you're going to hate me and think I don't know what I'm talking about. And you should have chosen a smarter therapist.
Yes,
These are classic stages people go through in the therapy process.
I love it. What do you think has people hesitate about seeing therapy? Is it because they don't want to appear like they're all together? Or is there a notion that you're broken if you have to go to therapy? So, you don't want that stigma. I mean, how do you get through to folks that this is part of wellness, that it's part of, whether it's early detection, prevention, or support? I mean,
Oh, I think by far, Lori Beth, it's fear.
yeah.
People come to believe they can't face their trauma. It's too hard. I'm gonna start crying and I'll never stop.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yes,
I have.
literally.
Yeah.
I have too.
Yeah.
Yes. And how does this help? I'm crying. How does this help? It actually does if you can stay with it.
Yeah.
But if you stop it, if you clench it, because I don't want to feel it, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to feel it. So it's a matter of helping people determine how can you, not asking, can I handle it or can I not handle it? How can I handle it? And helping them. And this is part of resilience.
Mhm.
How do I find self-soothing,
Yes. Like
So-
watering a garden.
like watering a garden?
Yes. Where
Where do I need
Yes.
the water? At what level do I need the water? You're helping people determine specifically for them, for their situation. What are you most afraid of? What will you need? What is comforting? So that's part of initially what I do with a lot of clients when that's where they are.
And just explore with them what makes them have joy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Lean into that. Absolutely. Yes. Have some counterbalance for that.
And have you found that when they start to open up with joy, does it continue to open up?
Oh,
Or
yes.
is it just a little bit at a time? Or is it just depend on the person?
Well, I guess it depends on the person, but I feel like in general, once you lean
Open
into
that
the
door.
momentum, then like it's pretty self rewarding, and they just lean into it more and more. Yeah, which is so exciting. This is where the work is fun. This is another thing that's fascinating. People ask me, how could you do this work? How could you sit there and listen to people's trauma
Mhm.
all day? Well, I'm like, first of all, that's an incredible privilege.
Yeah.
I feel incredibly honored that they're willing to go there with me. But the work for me is about the resilience. It's about, let's find another, end to your story together. I'm with you.
And how
And that's fun and energizing for me.
to turn the corner with them.
That's the other thing, the with it, that you're not alone.
Mhm.
We're going to do this together, and I'm going to help you find a community. So you'll have your own, friends and helpers with their tool belts showing up to rebuild your house.
I love it. And we'll hear more. We have one more segment, which I'm very excited to have a chance to keep talking to Tom about. But I want to thank our sponsors. We've got Planned Parenthood, Violet Wine and Spirits, Amy Ruzick of No Place Like Home at Remax Results, Melsa. We are having a great time here live at Twin Cities Pride. Wanted to share a couple things. Celebrating Pride Month is a Pride AM 950 sponsor. We have Violet Wines and Spirits. They offer a welcoming, safe space and a rainbow of delicious drinks at their Northeast Minneapolis station or online at violetwinempls.com. And another proud sponsor is Amy Ruzick with No Place Like Home at Remax Results. She combines expert estate guidance with a deep commitment to advocating for the LGBTQ community. You can find your place at noplacelikehome.com. And we're excited to have everyone listening here at AM 950. Let's give a loud applause for live at Twin Cities Pride. And we'll be right back after a few great announcements. And we're here.
Hi, I'm Mary T. Caring for others runs deep in my family. My grandmother, Rosa, was a nurse who cared for people in their homes more than a century ago. Inspired by her compassion, my mother, Margaret, and I founded the Mary T. family of companies nearly 50 years ago. Today, we continue that legacy across Minnesota, Wisconsin, Maryland, and Arizona, providing senior living, assisted living with memory care, home health, hospice care, rental housing, and support for people with disabilities. Each service is personal, creative, and focuses on the unique needs of those we serve. We also believe in joy and community, which is why we opened Crooner Supper Club in Fridley, a place to celebrate life with music, laughter, and connection. At Mary T, we're proud to be a Minnesota family company rooted in compassion, inclusion, and respect, and proud supporters of AM 950 and the values that this station represents. Visit MaryTinc.com to learn more.
Congratulations to Mary T, named one of the most admired CEOs of 2026 by the Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal.
Amy Ruzick with No Place Like Home at RE/MAX Results is proud to sponsor AM 950's booth and all the incredible live broadcasts happening throughout Pride Weekend. Amy believes that real estate is about much more than just houses. As a dedicated agent, she educates, advocates, and gives back. Whether you're buying your very first home, selling your current property, or relocating to Minnesota for a fresh start, Amy offers the personalized guidance you need to find a space that truly fits your life, not just the housing market. With LGBTQ plus rights facing ongoing challenges in so many places across the country, Minnesota stands as a welcoming beacon. Amy is deeply proud to help both new arrivals and lifelong locals find exactly where they truly belong. Experience the difference of working with a dedicated agent who is deeply rooted in the community. Discover more at noplacelikehome.info. At No Place Like Home, Amy works tirelessly for her clients while serving the community she loves.
Celebrate America's birthday with popcorn. Their limited edition 250th anniversary gift tins are here and available in 1 gallon, 2 gallon, and giant 3.5 gallon sizes. Perfect for the backyard barbecues, lake weekends, fireworks, and summer gatherings. And don't miss their festive USA mix popcorn bursting with cherry, vanilla, and blueberry flavors. Patriotic fun in every handful. Whether you're hosting the party or bringing the gift, make your 4th of July celebration pop with Popcorn. Visit Popcorn in Minnetonka or shop online at popcorn.com. Popcorn, celebrating 250 years of America, one delicious handful at a time.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Today, sunshine with a high of 83, then tonight, cloudy with a low of 65. Farmer's Kitchen and Bar connects the local harvest directly to downtown Minneapolis. They prioritize sourcing as many ingredients as possible from local farmers. Check them out on South 2nd Street next to the Guthrie Theater, open Wednesday through Sunday. Visit farmerskitchenandbar.com.
AM 950 KTNF, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Welcome back to Connections Radio Show, where we are live at Twin Cities Pride. Can we hear a woo, woo, woo from Twin Cities Pride? We're so glad you're here. Connections Radio Show is all about our connections to ourselves, our community, and the world around us. And we have some wonderful shows coming up today. We've got great programming after my Connections Radio Show. We've got Native Roots Radio. Then we have, yes, The Gailey Show. The Gailey Show is at 2 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock, we have The Illegal Trans Woman. And at 4 o'clock, we have Food Freedom. So we hope that you'll be sticking around and listening to all our great radio shows. On Connections today, I have a great friend to Connections Radio Show and to myself, Tom Glazer, who is a therapist, a speaker, an author. In fact, you are a best-selling author for 2 books.
Get that? Yeah.
So
true.
exciting. And
we met through the theater,
We
through
did.
an
We
acting
did.
class.
We-
That's worth mentioning here.
we were part of the Guthrie Actors Workout.
Yes,
thank
it's
you.
a workout.
Yeah,
Trust
we
me.
did our workout.
Trust me.
Yeah. And we talked about doing a radio show back then.
That's right.
And it was 15 years ago.
Yep.
And we talked even about doing it at Pride someday.
Yes, and here we are.
Took us a while, but we got here.
Dreams come to fruition.
And one of the dreams for you was to write books
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And now 15 years later, I'm interviewing you about both books.
Oh my gosh,
I love it.
it's wild.
Tell me the name of the book that you've just finished.
The House That Resilience Built: A Psychologist's Approach to Healing Childhood Trauma by Tom Glazer. It's already a bestseller. Yes.
I love it. And I love that it's resilience.
Yes.
And that's the heart of the title.
Yes.
But it's also the heart of the book.
Yes.
I'm going to go as far as part of full heart living.
Yeah, that's right.
So tell me how you stumbled into really understanding that resilience was the key.
Yeah, stumble is the true word. I didn't even know that that's what I was doing. From a very young age, I was drawn to activities like just laying on the grass in the summer, looking up at the clouds, climbing trees, and just hanging out in nature for hours on end. In the winter, getting in a nice warm bath, just being in the present moment, or even just lying in bed. I had no idea that those were forms of meditation.
Really?
I-
And now you do meditation, right?
Now I've turned it into a formal practice, but it took me a long time to realize that's what I'm doing. That's a big piece of resilience, is coming into the present moment, and activities like that support being in the present moment. The day after high school graduation, I started running. Before that, the athletes were among the cruelest to me, so I wanted nothing to do with anything sports like, but I always wanted to be a runner, and it was the time of the running craze.
Yeah.
I got into running. I eventually got into yoga. I'm now a yoga instructor. Again, I had no idea that I was building my resilience when I laced on my blue pair of Adidas in 1979.
And I hear that when you're running, you do go into like a different state.
Yes.
That there's a
The runners,
transcendence.
runner's high. Yeah.
Is that part of the resilience?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you can get yourself into a flow state, it doesn't have to be through physical activity, but it can be. Those of us creatives, we know it when we're creating our work and we lose all track of time.
Absolutely.
Yes, anytime you can get into that mental state, it's so good for the whole system, the nervous system, the brain, the physiology. So we've got mental, we've got physical. Oh, and then the connections piece. So friends were always incredibly important to me, and this I don't think I mentioned earlier in our talk today. It is through theater. Theater saved my life.
Oh, tell me more.
So my mom got me into theater, thank God. Gosh, I was like in 5th grade. And there I had friends.
And you were loved, I bet.
I was loved, and I had something to contribute.
Yes. And you were part of something.
Part of something bigger and part of a team. And people liked me, you know.
Of course.
Well, oh, thank you. You're sweet. But, you know, theater is kind of known to be the home of the misfits.
Well, and my name, is Misfits. Lori Fitz.
Oh my gosh, I never put that together before.
Yes. I'm a misfit. I'm proud of it.
In more ways than one.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are 3 of the huge keys to resilience.
Yes.
I stumbled upon them. I just started doing them.
Mhm.
And through these activities, we connect with ourselves.
Yeah. And theater did give us exercises to focus and
That's right.
exercises
That's right.
to be able to connect to each other.
That's
I know
right.
that I learned so much about how I wanted to relate in the world
Yes.
through theater.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
and those friends stay friends forever.
Yes.
And I like that too.
Yes. Because the connections go so deep.
Absolutely. So with your resilience and seeing this happen in others,
Yeah.
when they have their aha moment and you're there for them,
Yes.
do you find that they then are more celebratory in sharing these concepts with others?
Absolutely.
They become part of something bigger.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Totally. Yes.
Tell me
yes.
about
It's like,
how-
like anything. When we discover something that brings
wanna
us
share it.
joy,
Yeah.
we want to share it with other people because we know it works. We know there's magic. I want to share this magic. I want to share it.
Now, I know
with the
you've
world.
done workshops for Full Heart Living.
Yes.
Have you done workshops for this one yet?
No.
Are you going to?
We'll see. I'm starting some public speaking gigs. The workshops from Full Heart Living, my first book, evolved.
Okay.
Right over the muse again shows up. You show up, and then they
Things
tell you what they need to be.
Things happen. So with your future and looking at maybe doing more books in the future, do you have another one that's coming to you
I
yet?
can't say much. I'm sworn to secrecy.
Oh,
But yeah, I'll give a little bit of a preview.
good.
There is another book potentially in the works. I'm not going to do it so alone. It's a collaboratory process. It's going to be in a totally different genre. Yes, I know. I'm intentionally leaving it
Oh,
in.
You're leaving
intriguing.
little cookie drops
Yes,
that
yes.
are like, this
Yes, and I'm really excited for that. And we'll see where the muse takes us with that one.
I would love to ask more questions, but I know we're going to just leave it at that so
Yeah.
that people can can keep following you.
Please.
And when people want to follow you, how would be the best way to do that? I know you have a Substack.
Yeah, I love when people sign up for my Substack. So that's just an occasional, once or twice a month, It's kind of my ongoing adventures with Full Heart Living. I have a YouTube channel which is called Full Heart Living. I'm also on LinkedIn and Blue Sky.
Oh, Blue Sky's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the last few Substacks that you wrote. What do you explore on Substack?
Well, I'm going to tell you about the one that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, even better. Like a
Again, a
preview.
little preview.
Preview of coming attractions.
It's totally related to what we've been
Oh, good.
talking about. My niece, my great niece rather, asked to interview me for a 6th grade school project
I
on
love it.
grit and resilience.
Oh,
Yeah. So
How
she's
perceptive on her part.
thank you. And right,
Yeah.
she's brilliant. Here's
I mean,
what,
how many 5th graders do you know that go, "Excuse me, Uncle, I want to do a interview on grit and resilience." I mean,
Amazing.
that's like
amazing. But
that's a
but
gifted child.
just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. So here I've written this book. I know this topic well. I'm like, this is a breeze, no problem. My great niece is a very good listener. She's very empathic. I'm telling her my story. I start crying at one point.
Oh, really?
When she asked me, how does this hardship impact you now? And I got choked up.
Wow.
She's this 12-year-old. Here's the thing. You got like Mr. Rogers says, look for the helpers.
And she's a helper.
She's 12 years old. She's a medicine woman. I'm telling you.
Isn't that stuff?
She was attuned with me at 12 years old.
Did you share with her when she was growing up your ideas about Full Heart Living? Was she part of that?
No.
She just sort of attuned on her own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful to see in the
Yes.
next
It's
generation?
really cool.
To see those bright
There's
eyes.
hope. There is hope. We are going to get through this. Back to the beginning. The pendulum's going to swing.
Yep.
We're going to get through this time. This is a transition. I'm going to
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
You told me
Yes.
that term today.
We are in a transition. This administration is not something that, we're going to, have to suffer through.
It's not going to be around forever.
It's not going to be around forever.
Authoritarian regimes always fall.
eh,
It's going to fall.
and
It's
it-
a matter of time. We
and
can do this.
When you look for the helpers, I also look for the bright spots and the hope. When I
Totally.
see something that's a bright spot that I might have ignored,
Okay.
like in the last
This
administration,
is the thing. This
Yeah.
is where it relates to this project.
is looking
too.
for the bright spot.
Yes, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't ignore our trauma. We don't ignore what's happening now.
Right.
But we also remember the love. I was just talking about this with someone yesterday. We also keep loving each other. We look for the love. We love the good parts of our culture. This is going to help us heal and get through. There are many good things about our culture and our country. Keep loving them. 4th of July is just around the corner here.
For a long time, I felt like a lot of people I knew, especially young people coming up, were kind of apathetic. And I felt bad. I was like, you got to vote. And it was like, well, it doesn't make any difference. I see now a passion. People see, no, it makes a difference.
That's right.
And so if nothing else in this transition time, it's been a wake-up call.
Right.
It's been, no, we do need to make America every 4 years.
Yep.
And we do need to make the commitment. And we do need to get out there and vote.
Yes.
And we do need to, find the hope.
And then we can reduce trauma. What's horrible about what's happening now is trauma is being instilled. Everybody in Minneapolis, well, in Minnesota, knows this now with
We lived through Metro Surge.
Surge,
It was a
collective
nightmare.
and individual trauma, a nightmare all over the place.
But we loved our neighbor.
And look what Minnesota did.
The world noticed.
The world absolutely
Because we were
noticed.
resilient
Yes.
in sub-zero weather.
Yes.
And said, no.
Yes.
These are our neighbors and we love them and
Yes.
you can't hurt them.
So
We're not going
Minnesota is resilient. Minnesota knows this. Keep doing it. Keep showing up, Minnesota. Keep showing up, America.
Absolutely. And I think that we'll see young people like your 12-year-old niece
Yes.
and others that are going to take ownership.
Mhm.
This is our country. We don't want things taken away from us.
Right.
We want rights for everyone.
Yes. And we believe in kindness,
Yes.
being good to your neighbor,
And we know that
equality rights.
the
all that.
social media can be a blessing, but also it can play on our anger.
Correct.
And how do we start training all of us to know when it's hit that button, when it's hit that anger button?
Mhm.
How do we step back? I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes it means, I think, stepping away from social media.
That's right.
Not getting sucked in, because I got a lot of triggers and it comes right out.
That's right.
And the anger isn't helpful in the long run at the high decibels. Doesn't mean that we should accept.
No.
Doesn't mean that we shouldn't stand up and go, this is wrong.
Exactly.
but there's so much playing of anger against each other.
Yes,
And
yes.
especially-
In a not so productive way.
No,
Right.
no.
So right. Use it to motivate us to make the world a better place. That's what we want to do with our anger. That's why we have it.
And AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, that's what we do. We take our voice and we share it. We encourage others to share their voice. We encourage everyone here at Twin Cities Pride to be happy to be here and excited that we can share it together. This is live at Twin Cities Pride. We're the Connections radio show. I also want to share a few more shows that you should be able to listen in. We are the only radio station in the country that has LGBTQ programming Monday through Friday with The Gailey Show. On Saturday, we have The Illegal Trans Woman. We have the Downright Upright Show. And every day we also have Stephanie Miller. She's wonderful. She's a comedian and she brings a life to our hosted programming. If you're interested in learning more about AM 950 and you're here at Pride, we do have a table and we're giving out scarves. And if you sign up with our emails, we'll give you what's happening with events. We'll share with you all the exciting things happening on our radio station and what's happening with some of our great sponsors. Oh, and we've got a great dog. We've got Tom here with his dog, with his scarf. We've
Wearing
got
one of the scarves.
Yes, we've got a great scarf. If you sign up for an email, you will get our Twin Cities scarf. You'll also have a chance to win 2 tickets to Wicked. So come and sign up for that. I also want to do some shout outs to our sponsors. Our sponsors include Planned Parenthood, Violet Wine and Spirits, Amy Ruzick of No Place Like Home and Remax Results, and Melsa. I want to share a little bit about Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood believes everyone deserves health care and respects their identity, offering everything from gender-affirming care to telehealth across 10 Minnesota locations. And you can get there online to ppncs.org. And I also want to do a shout out to Melsa. Melsa's been on my show a few times. You can connect with your local library and celebrate LGBTQ stories this Pride Month by exploring Metro Pride book list at Melsa, and that's MELSA.org. So we're so excited to be here. Our show's coming up. The next show is going to be the Native Roots Show. After that's the Gailey Show. Then we have Illegal Trans Woman. And at the end of the day today, we have Food Freedom Radio. So stop by, listen to our shows live. We're glad to be here. We're glad to have Tom Glazer with his new book, The House That Resilience Built. Fabulous. You can get it on Amazon and somewhere else.
Itasca.
And we're excited to have that book that looks at resilience in times of trauma and things to think about in terms of bringing that love and life back into your heart.
Connection
And full life living.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces would like to